Set. 30 base.
Let's go, D.
X3. 218. Chopper.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down. First and goal.
Go. 60 or.
Let's go, D.
Pilot. 64. Weak. Shoot.
Hill's hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Safety's creeping.
Hey, orbit.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Get it.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal.
Ready.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So a decision to be made. Is this something, opening drive maybe they discussed before the game?
They had to, and that's the responsible way of getting ready for a game. You go through situations with your staff, you go through scenarios, and you read your team. If we're in this spot and we're moving the ball well, is this a time to go for it? Or is it time to be a little bit cautious? I think in this case, he feels good about his team. He should go for it.
Smoke.
So here we go on 4th. Hill. And that is going to be incomplete. He tried to keep it himself, but can't stretch his way in. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us, lad.
Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken in at the 1. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
On first down, Hill. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And now Hill's hit, and he lost the football. We'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Switch it.
Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Gano the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because...
And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Watch the pass. 25.
Ready.
Following the fumble recovery, Hill. Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. He's crashing. He's checking.
Play action. It's Hill. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Khalil Mack picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
7.
Check.
Hey, Sam on.
Jim.
5.
Third and long. It's Hill. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. We know that Gano has that big leg. He had the longest made field goal in the NFL last year, 63 yards to beat the Giants in Week 4. That was the longest game winner in NFL history, and he converts from long here again. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
56, the mark, boy. 56. Check. He's coming.
2nd and 5 now. Trubisky nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Gano for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, fell incomplete.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Got it.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, lock it. Hey, Delta. Deep grip.
They go play fake, and it's Hill. He'll buy some time right. He'll let it go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. belt. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now Hill looking to throw on first. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Now!
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie!
3 down, 3 down.
He may try and run for this. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 11. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
Got to love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
This is caught by Robinson. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Bears.
Watch right.
On first and 10, it's Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Let's go.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And that's caught inside the 35. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Fielded about a yard deep. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into.
It got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, you got a team that sits 28th in the league in rushing, so I guess you're going to see some plays like that.
Yeah, you're definitely going to do that, but just not like you can just abandon the run. You got to keep taking your shots, don't you? But at this point of the season, they haven't been very successful.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Look at me. Go, shoot.
They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Exit.
On 2nd and 10, Hill is going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You don't always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost. So.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Trubisky's pass is caught by Ridley. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Trubisky to throw again. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st.
1st down, Bears.
Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Alert, 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 alert.
Again, it's Trubisky. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Brian Burns came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now it's Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let... It's caught inside the 25. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
On the double.
58, the money.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Rebug. Begin.
Hey, orbit. Go.
Joker.
5.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hill. And that'll be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Panthers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Hill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball running it, but not in that situation. I mean, I think we got an example of why NFL coaches really don't like their quarterback in the running game.
Because whether he keeps it or not, he's likely going to take a hit, isn't he?
No doubt about it. And defenses, they're looking to put that hit on a quarterback.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Panthers on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Check 26, check 26. Check it.
Go out.
36.
Under 10. 10. Go.
Out of the gun. Hill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Robert Quinn.
Almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Trubisky will throw. And he finds his tight end, Graham. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
56. Mike's 56. Watch the run.
Small.
56. 56. Mike, 56, right there, right there.
On first down, Trubisky. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
18.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. On first down, Cohen. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point safely through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 28-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
General West.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And an alley to run. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point try good by Gano.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 45. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Gano the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
A gain of 13 yards.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is a 49-yard attempt. Right hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, this one provided some good drama down to the very end. That last kickoff return, for a moment thought he might break it, but in the end, they get the tackle and stop the drama.
You were starting to have more fun, weren't you?
Well, I was starting to stand up.
Yeah, you were into that one. Who knew? We thought maybe they might get that miracle finish that they were looking for. Didn't quite get it done.
So for Carolina, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time. Right.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. it, I gotta get in. You hating cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, think I make it famous. You know I'm icy in Vegas. This for the that haters, I make a lot of new money, when the not saving. Be liking my flavor, I think it's cause